standing right now inside the beautiful, iconic mandir that's been put up here in Abu Dhabi, set up by, in fact, the Swami Daraid Foundation. This is the BAPS Hindu Mandir, the largest Hindu temple outside of the country, outside of India. And fittingly, it's here in the UAE. What you see on your screens is your first inside access, your first access inside the temple. In 2 days from now, Prime Minister Modi will be here to inaugurate, to unveil this temple. This is the main idol of Swami Daraid Ji, but all around this temple, there are 7 idols in all. A message also of connectivity of every Indian wanting to come here is in the sense that this isn't just a Hindu temple. It's one that brings together every religion. I'll explain how over the next half hour. 7 idols of Lord Ram, Maa Sita, of Lord Ayyappan, of Tirupati Balaji, of Lord Jagannath, all of that there in this very temple. And I'll be getting you all those images. I want to give you a sense of how beautiful the architecture also is here inside the temple. The amazing carvings, all of this done by hand. And you can see how mesmerizing it is, completely done of marble, much like the Ram Mandir, to sustain all sorts of calamities, to stay on for eons and generations and centuries to come. This temple has in fact been made without any iron, without any steel. So we're getting you your first inside glimpse of the temple right now. It's been a rainy day here in Abu Dhabi, and we're going to show you outside as well. I'm going to show you what the temple looks like from the outside, because this truly is an architectural marvel. And the Prime Minister in 2 days from now will be here to go ahead and inaugurate the temple. A quick check, a quick glimpse here of what you can expect over the next half hour as I bring you the special broadcast.
First Hindu temple rises in Abu Dhabi. The largest temple in Middle East. Prime Minister to inaugurate BAPS Mandir. UAE said to say Helen Modi.
A close look of what this mandir really looks like.
Entire Ramayana has been showed here.
India Today live from Abu Dhabi.
Okay, from the side. All right, as we get you all the live updates here from the temple, let me give you a sense of exactly what the temple looks like on the inside. Some of these idols, these murtis, have already been unveiled, and it gives you a sense of the grandeur with which this temple has been really conceptualized. It's a huge moment of reckoning for India. And why do I say that? Because what you see right now on your screens is a temple actually being built, that has been built in the Middle East, in the United Arab Emirates. And there's no doubt that as much as this is about India's culture, it's also about India's diplomacy coming to the fore, about this temple, this work of art being the result of more diplomacy, as it's being called. So we've shown you what the inside of the temple looks like. I can assure you that as beautiful as it is in the inside with all of its carvings, it's as beautiful outside as well. And as in fact we show you around here at the temple, it's been a very, very rainy day here in Abu Dhabi. So as we get you a sense of exactly what this temple looks like, I want to take you through a detailed report that I filed where I give you a 360-degree view of the temple, of the kind of architecture which you can see around me as well from the outside, of marble and sandstone that's been used in the temple completely, as I mentioned. It's the largest temple, covering about 27 acres in all, and has a capacity for about 3,000 devotees to be here, to flock together at one point. I've been mentioning how they've ensured that they embrace every culture, embrace every religion. What's a bigger message of that than the fact that this was land handed over by a Muslim king for a temple, for a Hindu temple? You had, in fact, the entire design being thought of, being conceptualized by a Christian. So they've ensured that every group is, in fact, brought together for this temple. I'm told it's an absolute sight to behold when night falls. So hopefully by the end of this broadcast, we'll be able to show you how it looks completely lit up. But take a look at my detailed report. As I walked around the temple, showing you the carvings, explaining the significance, a number of volunteers joined me, and singer Sonu Nigam, who's also here ahead of the temple unveiling, spoke to me very briefly about what he believes is the significance of a temple like this coming up in the United Arab Emirates. Here's that conversation and that exclusive report. I'm standing in front of the largest Hindu temple outside of India. And it's in the United Arab Emirates in Abu Dhabi. This is the beautiful BAPS Swami Daraid temple, which the Prime Minister will be inaugurating on 14th February. So excitement, of course, is in the air, but it's a beautiful, beautiful architecture also that's brought this temple alive. All of it made by hand and interestingly made of marble as well as sandstone, as you can see here. And the carvings are absolutely beautiful to witness. You can see the preps are still underway here. There's a lot of work that's underway, which is why they put the glasses also right at the entrance, right inside. We're trying to show you there. You can see that there are two idols placed covered with a white blanket. That will be opened up when the Prime Minister reaches. But you can see inside, beautifully adorned in gold. And that tells you the kind of work that's gone into this particular temple as well. But besides that, why is this temple so significant? We've told you, of course, that because it's in Abu Dhabi, it's something that's now a cultural awakening of sorts, showing India's might across the world. But in this temple, 27 acres is in fact covered in this entire area. It's huge, massive, and I can show you across, which we will do in just a bit as well. There are 7 idols also in here, and the idea is to ensure that every part of, in fact, the country of India is covered. So you have murtis, you have Lord Ram, you have Sita Maa's idol inside, you have Lord Shiv inside, you have Lord Ayyappan, an idol of Tirupati Balaji, all of that inside this very temple. And I just want to bring your focus to some of the carvings of, in fact, the temple here. All of it handmade. Remember that from 2019 right up to now, work has been underway at this beautiful, beautiful temple site to ensure that it truly comes alive in this manner. Many of you who've been to the national capital, who've been to the iconic Akshardham temple, will draw comparisons. But what's unique about this temple when compared to that one is, like I said, there are 7 idols here that essentially also ensure that every part of India, every Hindu can come here to also worship the deities. It has a capacity of about 3,000 people who can be, in fact, held at one point in this area, who can come here and offer their prayers. But let me tell you about some of the features of this temple. I have with me Heenal also, who works here, who's been a volunteer working very actively on ensuring that this dream of a temple comes true and is realized. Heenal, I'm sure this is a pinch me moment for you.
Yes.
What's it been like, bringing this story alive? I look at the carvings and just look at this here. Can I just highlight this part right here that shows what really this temple in Abu Dhabi is about? You see sheikhs there. You see, of course, the brahmacharis there, all shaking hands. And the story of, everyone coming together to build this temple is absolutely beautiful. Tell us a bit about that.
Yes,